Let's head on over to Davenport, where Stan's got a question about his '02 Honda Accord. Go ahead, Stan.
Hi, Larry.
Hey, Stan.
My speed. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
My speed control, my cruise control doesn't work, and I've been babying the brake light switch down there, this and that. And finally, I brought it to the mechanic. They put a new one in. They put a grommet in. They said still doesn't work. What do I do now?
Okay. Well, Stan, there's a lot more to it than just a brake light switch. Now, granted, if the brake lights are staying engaged, the cruise control was not going to work. And those brake light switches are dual function. One part of the brake light switch is, of course, to illuminate your brake lights. The other one is to deactivate the cruise control. So if they found a grommet that was bad, see, that would prevent you from turning the brake lights off if the grommet was worn out and bad. Now, if all they did, Stan, was replace the grommet, they may have to go back in there and replace that brake light switch as well. You know, that would, you know, they probably put the grommet in and everything seemed to be working at that time, but for some reason or other, they might be something still wrong with that brake light switch. Now, if a brake light switch, you put it in there and you still got an issue, I'm going to be honest with you, 90% of the problems that we get, especially with that vintage Honda Accord, we've got two of those, the same year model as in our rental fleet at Magic Mechanic. We're our $8.99 a day rental vehicles. And both of them had bad switches. The switches itself, where you activate the cruise control, were bad. And we wound up, the problem that we ran into was they don't make that anymore. And we wound up having to get used switches from salvage yards to repair the cruise control on both of those cars. So, you know, have them, you know, most likely it's probably just a bad brake light switch. That is available. If they question that whatsoever, have them replace it. But if you still have issues, it might be a switch issue. And if it is, like I said, those switches are kind of hard to come by because Honda's not manufacturing them anymore. I don't know if anybody in the aftermarket has came out with one for a replacement yet, but when we ran into the issue with ours at the shop, we wound up I had to wind up hunting them down out of salvage yards in order to be able to get them to repair the vehicle. But yeah, have them double check that brake light switch. And like I said, if that's not the case, tell them to look at the switches. I mean, it's unfortunate, but they do go bad over a period of time. And you know, in an older car like that here in Florida, a lot of that stuff gets sun-baked, you know, and the actual, just the heat that's generated inside the vehicle will cause them switches and plastic components to start breaking down. And that's when you run into issues like this. Stan, I appreciate your calling us, and you have a great weekend.
Hi folks, Larry Perry here. For automotive information, maybe you got automotive questions on cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. Maybe you're thinking about purchasing a used vehicle, and maybe you just want my opinion. Tune in to the Magic Mechanic radio show every Saturday, 3 to 5 p.m. on wdbo.com. Also tune in to our Magic Mechanic YouTube channel, and don't forget to subscribe. And we'll all get together, maybe fix a few cars while we're at it.